Hi, my name is Mo Moon. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Mo Moon. This is a tarot reading for Libra Suns. It's a general tarot reading and the spread is called the Decision Maker Tarot spread. And it has 6 cards involved in it. Each card represents a different subject, so we'll just go ahead and tell you what each subject means, okay, Libra Suns? So card number 1 is You Now. Card number 2 is This Is Your Focus. Card number 3 is Difficult Influences. Card number 4, This Makes Sense. Card number 5 means Unexpected Insight. And card number 6, the final card, is the outcome of your decision-making spread. So I'm using my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the classic Rider-Waite-Smith, and I'm going to put each card down with what the card represents in front of me, face down, so I'm not going to see the card, and I will turn the cards over one by one with explaining what the subject matter is for each card. I'll let you see the card, okay, Libra Suns, and I'll let you kind of get used to the picture on the card and maybe figure out what it means to you, and then I'll go ahead and interpret the card for you, okay? So I hope you're having a good day. I'm just going to do a couple more shuffles here. Okay, 3, maybe a few shuffles, not a couple. So card number 1 is You Now, Libra Suns. Card number 2 for Libra Suns is This Is Your Focus. Card number 3 for Libra Suns is Difficult Influences. Card number 4 for Libra Suns is This Makes Sense. Card number 5 for Libra Suns is Unexpected Insight. And card number 6, the last card in this spread, represents the outcome for Libra Suns. I'm just spacing them out properly. So I hope you're doing well today, and let's get into your reading now, okay, Libra Suns? So card number 1, You Now, Libra Suns. What is your card? So we have the 9 of Wands for You Now, Libra Suns. So I'm just going to let you take in this picture a little bit. The 9 of Wands. How do you feel when you see this 9 of Wands and you think that this card for you Libra Suns represents you now? I see a lot of hard work in this card. Setting up your boundaries for sure. Having, you know, gone through perhaps certain hurts in your life and still dealing with those hurts and learning how to protect yourself, holding on to the willpower that you have to fight for yourself. Sorry for shaking the table. I do see that for you now. There is that that sort of rest now that you've put up your boundaries, and you've used a lot of energy to put up that wall. Like there's all those sticks behind this person that are all lined up kind of as a wall to protect this individual from any other pain or any other hurt. As you see, there's a bandage around this person's head. And so it could also mean mind games. It could mean that somebody was playing mind games with you. And so now you're putting up your boundaries and you're putting up your ways of protecting yourself, and you're hanging on to your willpower. You're hanging on to that experience that you have learned from in order to move forward into the future, being a more savant, more understanding person as to how to keep yourself from getting hurt again. The next card we have for you is This Is Your Focus, okay, Libra Suns? The King of Cups for This Is Your Focus for your decision maker spread. This is your focus. How do you feel when you see this card? You see the waves are bounding up and down, and it's almost like this king has their throne upon the waves, almost like they've risen above the torrential waters, and they're sitting as the ruler of the emotions. So because cups are symbolic of emotions and feelings, the King of Cups is really on top of those emotions and steady despite the stormy waters. There's a little critter behind there, a little turtle's head popping out, and there's a ship on the water as well. It could be you know, symbolic of things that are in your past, little things and big things that popped up during those torrential water times. So during those difficult times for you, perhaps it seemed like everything, both little and big, was very important to you, and everything was very serious. It didn't matter how small or how big. And so now with this is your focus. You're actually remembering situations like that, but you're the King of Cups now, so you're stable to be able to think back on those situations with a more stable and a more clear and a more firm stability within yourself. Almost like the fact that this king is the ruler of their emotions and their self, and they're not going to let any emotions sway them or change their course. And so with this is your focus, I feel like that's kind of what it's like for you right now, Libra Suns, is that you are stable now, and you can think back on any difficulties that you've been through or any emotional turmoil with a more stable mind and a more grounded sense of who you are. So that was This Is Your Focus, Libra Suns. The next card we have for you, Libra Suns, is Difficult Influences. Card number 3 in this spread. So we have the Hierophant, a major arcana, number 5. So what kind of energy do you feel like this Hierophant brings to your life? When you see this card, how does it make you feel? What are the words that come to your mind when you see this Hierophant card? This card in this spread for you represents difficult influences. So with this card, I don't know if you have any feelings about it or any ideas that pop into your head. Do you see a sense of firmness? Do you see like a sense of maybe closed off to anything that isn't related to whatever the Hierophant says is relevant? It's almost like there's a lot of structures in this card as far as maybe religion or ways of thinking that are very, you know, outdated. With the Hierophant card, it's these two, they could be popes or fathers, some sort of spiritual seekers underneath the Hierophant here, bringing the keys and worshiping the Hierophant and expecting the Hierophant to bless them. And so this card represents difficult influences for you. So for perhaps you have been through a situation, Libra Suns, where religion has kind of caused you a little bit of pain. Perhaps somebody's structure of thought has been a difficult influence on you. Somebody who, you know, only saw things the way they were willing to see things may have caused you a little bit of difficulty. And also that structure that isn't willing to bend to anything because everything is already as it should be in this Hierophant card. I really see that for this card. The next card we have for you, Libra Suns, is card number 4. It's This Makes Sense. So we have the 5 of Swords. This makes sense, the 5 of Swords. And it's interesting, the clouds that are parting in the sky to let the blue sky show through. It's also about, well, what do you think this card is about? Like, how do you feel when you look at this card? Do you see the three figures in this card? Do you see this as a lesson to be learned? I feel like with this card, this makes sense. It's almost like there is a lesson to be learned, and it's a lesson that is each person has their part in this life. Every person plays their part. And some people, like this person back here, is crying because they lost the game. But as you see, this individual is not wearing any armor. So I don't think it was a battle to the death that this person over here lost. Or I think that this could have been the teacher, and this could have been the student, and this is maybe somebody who was a looker on the battle, so to speak, the practice battle, and the teacher is looking back because they're happy that they're the teacher, but the individual over here is crying for no reason really, except for the fact that they feel bad about themselves. Perhaps they didn't win the practice battle, or perhaps they feel like they didn't do as well as they should have done. So for this card being, this makes sense. Perhaps that's kind of how you feel. You either feel like this person, this teacher who was teaching somebody a lesson and who doesn't feel bad about it at all, or you could feel like this person here who feels like the lesson that you learned really puts you into a state of sadness. Or you could also be the person over here who's just going to comfort this individual who's crying, or to tell them, listen, it's not as bad as it could have been. I mean, you're learning, you know. So this card here, the Five of Swords, for me is really one about stages. It's really about going through stages. For this makes sense for you, I guess, because this card represents for you, Libra Suns, this is what makes sense. So it could be that you've been going through stages in your life where you've been learning how to be a not a sore loser, but a good loser, or a good learner, or a good teacher. Could have been any of those three. So the next card we have is Unexpected Insight for Libra Suns, and it's card number 5 in this spread. Unexpected Insight, we have the 8th card in the Major Arcana, the Strength card. So how do you feel when you look at this card, Libra Suns? This is Unexpected Insight, and it's the Strength card. So for Unexpected Insight, I guess you could say that you're learning how strong you are, right? Because this is the Strength card. So despite the difficulties that you may have been going through, or are currently still learning how to go through, there is that idea of strength behind it all. And I just love the bright yellow background on this card. I just find that with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the light in the yellow is just so bright. It fills me with joy. I don't know if you feel that sense of joy with this bright yellow color in the Strength card. It's almost like a revival of vitality. And so for you, the Unexpected Insight is that you are strong. You are a strong person, maybe even stronger than you think. And you have a lot of joy to offer people through your insights that you're learning. The next card we have for you, Libra Suns, is the Outcome. Ooh, we have the 10 of Wands. So how do you feel when you see this card with this gentleman pushing down on those wands while he's trying to carry them? It almost seems a little bit strange, doesn't it? For the Outcome card here, the 10 of Wands. It's very interesting because the color of this person's clothes and the color of the ground is very much the same. Almost like there's a sense of groundedness in this card, right? But also the fact that this individual seems to be trying to put these sticks into the ground. It could be carrying your... I feel like this card, because you had the 9 of Wands as you now, and you have the 10 of Wands as your Outcome. So perhaps perhaps you've healed. Perhaps the outcome of the decision is that you heal yourself, because you now was the Nine of Wands, and the outcome is the Ten of Wands, and you see how it progresses from building that blockade, that boundary to not let people in, to carrying the wands and moving to another place and really grounding yourself. So there's movement, right? There's movement from the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands, and there's almost a sense of completion with the Ten of Wands, almost like this person's picked up all the wands and is moving on and is no longer staying hidden out of fear within their boundaries that they set up in the Nine of Wands. So there's that progression with the decision making. I think for you, the decision could be the idea that you want to progress, that you want to move forward, that you want to move on from your past hurts and really heal yourself and continue to move forward and ground yourself when you need to. So that was the decision maker spread for you, Libra Suns. I'll just go ahead and show you what the spread looks like in front of me. So this was the spread in front of me, Libra Suns. I will go in and show you what each card was and what they represented. So card number 1 was You Now, and it was the Nine of Wands. Card number 2 was This Is Your Focus. It was the King of Cups, Libra Suns. Card number 3 was Difficult Influences, and we had the Hierophant. Card number 4, This Makes Sense. We have the Five of Swords. Card number 5, Unexpected Insight, is the Strength card, Unexpected Insight. And card number 6, the outcome, is the Ten of Wands for you, Libra Suns. So my Libra Suns, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Again, my name is Mo Moon. Please feel free to like this video. Leave a comment down below if you feel like you're led to. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so that you never miss when I upload a new video. Again, my name is Mo Moon, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, Libra Suns.